Today on FSI, we are breaking down the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans from a betting perspective. Now, we're currently 22-6 in our official moves on Twitter, so make sure you're following that account. I've done all the film research and he's done all the analytics, so we can give you the best information to make an educated decision on the game. I'm your host, Tom Cross, and to my right is our analytics expert, Stephen Fu.
Thanks for tuning in this week. The Colts are on the road as a 3-point favorite. They're minus 160 on the money line. And the Texans, they're plus 140. Even though the Colts got stomped last week by their division rival, they are still a 3-point favorite in this matchup. However, I am very surprised they're only favored by 3 points because the Texans just lost two of their most important skill position players.
Quarterback Philip Rivers has been playing some excellent ball over his last 3 games. Now, he did slip up against the Tennessee Titans, but that's because they had no balance on offense and they had to pass, being down by 21 to start the third quarter. But this is one of his most exciting groups of wide receivers and tight ends, as well as running backs coming out of the backfield that he's had in a number of years. So I do expect him to play very well against the Texans this week.
Deshaun Watson is currently having the best season of his career. He's actually the league's most efficient passer, leading with 8.8 yards per throw. Watson is also on pace to set his career best in passing yards, passing touchdowns, and QBR.
Now, the Colts offensive line is not as good as they were last year. Last year, they rated constantly at about an A to an A+. This year, they're down to about a B to B+, but it's still a solid effort by them. Now, when you look at what they're facing, the Houston Texans defensive line is led by J.J. Watt. You know, it is getting late in the season, so I don't expect his performance to be really up to snuff in the next couple of games. So I got to give an advantage here to the Colts. They got a lot of balance because they can run and pass the ball. So those pass rushers, they can't just lean back and go after the quarterback like they were able to against Stafford.
Although Watson does an amazing job of creating space in the pocket, his offensive line is still not that great. On average, he's getting sacked more than 2 times per game, and they will be up against a very potent Colts pass rush, so the advantage here goes to Indianapolis.
The Colts' weapons at wide receivers, they've really been stepping up over the last couple of games. You had Pittman, he's been receiving slants and being able to run after the catch and get tons of yards. He even scored against Green Bay. Now you look at N'Keal Hines, he's coming out of the backfield and he's super effective in that passing game. You also have T.Y. Hilton, the veteran. He's back there. You know, he's only had 1 touchdown this season, and I expect him to score on Sunday because Bradley Roby got caught with PEDs, and he's going to be out of the game. He's one of the best defensive backs the Texans have, and they don't have much back there. So I expect the Colts to be able to dominate this matchup.
The Texans just released breaking news this week. Texans' number 1 receiver, Will Fuller, was suspended due to performance-enhancing drugs. Now, Brandon Cooks will be taking over as the primary receiver for Texans. And the Colts pass defense, they're not the same as the beginning of the year, so I think it is a draw here.
Now, for the Colts running game, this is actually a big deal for them. Jonathan Taylor, their rookie running back, is coming back, and he's able to obviously power through and get those clutch 3, 4, 2 1-yard carries for first downs. So he's coming back this week. They missed him last week. And they're going to be playing the Texans front that's really not that good against the run. So obviously there's going to be a strong advantage here for the Colts.
The Texans currently have the 3rd worst rushing offense, averaging just 3.8 yards per carry. On the other side of the ball, the Colts have the 3rd best rush defense. So the Colts clearly have the advantage in this area.
Now, if you like the Colts, you got to take them now. I expect this spread to go all the way up to 4.5. When people realize that Will Fuller is the Texans' offense, then you're going to see a lot of money come in on the Colts. Obviously, they're missing one of their best defensive backs as well. This is a division game, and the Colts, they've given up 30 or more points over the last couple of games, so they really want to make a statement on defense, and I think this is a great matchup for them to do that. I like the Colts here. By the point, take it down to 2. That's a smart move.
The Texans will be without their best receiver on offense and their number 1 cornerback on the defensive side. These 2 suspensions will be catastrophic for that Texans team. And although the Colts don't have a juggernaut offense, they do pass it well enough to put up a good amount of points. But their defense is the strength of the Colts. They do a great job of applying pressure and stopping the run, so the Colts -3 is the smart play here.
Now remember, we can't predict PED use or injuries or the weather, so make sure you follow our Twitter for our official moves. We're currently 22-6 on there. Now, do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe. Tell me who you're going to be taking in the comments below.
We don't care about favorite teams here. Our focus is on making you money. Follow our social media on Twitter, Instagram, or our webpage. The links are below.